The following is a Cast Wave Studios production.
Cause you want that tasty treat. It's two fat guys eat. Hello and welcome to another episode of Two Fat Guys Eat. Oh my god, we ate so much I'm gonna barf. I'm Colin. So we thought, since, it's fall's just starting, the leaves are turning color, the air's got a crisp tinge to it. Where we live, it is now, it's fall, which means only one thing, the fair done come to town.
Yeah, the fall fair.
Man, the fair don't come down. The Great Frederick Fair.
Yep.
To quote my favorite anime dub ghost stories, "Oh boy, fall! I can't wait to shove all these leaves up my ass."
Indeed.
Anyways,
Said the trash bag.
That way my pips will be crispy. So we decided it'd be fun to go to the fair and see. It originally started out with, let's see who could get the best dinner for $25,
Yes.
right? Just thinking like, we could try, mixing it up, hitting different stands, all that. And then that $25 limit went right out the fucking window because we forgot, oh wait, these are all independent food trucks. Shit is expensive.
yes.
Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, quality comes with a cost.
Yeah.
Or in this case...
Choose your words.
Or in this case...
Indigestion is what you're talking
indigestion
about.
is priceless.
Oh, yeah.
It's a privilege that you pay a price for.
The cost is indigestion. That's what we paid for.
I paid for the privilege of indigestion.
Yeah. It was funny because when we were talking, I was mentioning to my girlfriend before I left tonight to come with you guys, she was like, what are you going to do for dinner? I'm like, we're going to the fair, so we're probably going to eat at food truck. She's like, okay, have fun. Enjoy your diarrhea later.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, you got me.
Got me there.
Got me there. So we parked up, spent, $10 on parking, $10 on the ticket, so we're already out $20. But we go in, and luckily for us, the fair, there was, food stands in two different directions, so we went off one way. Mm-hmm. We ended up looping all the way around. I don't remember seeing anything past the original track that I was like, oh man, I'm so sad I missed that. Because it's basically just a rehash of everything we'd already seen.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and the better versions were where we were.
So
like I said, we walked in.
You're
there.
like, oh, this way. It's all the good stuff's that way. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. So, I feel like the easiest thing to do would be for us to talk about what we each got, and then what we thought was the best.
Maybe I should go last then.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go first because mine was pretty easy. So, I really wanted the one thing at this fair, such an abundance of lemonade stands.
Yes.
But the problem is that I enjoy lemonade, but I've come to enjoy it more as a crucial component of my favorite drink in the fall. Well, summer, technically speaking. It's an Arnold Palmer. Mm-hmm. And, but no fucking place in the fair sold a straight-up Arnold Palmer. So I had to go to a tea stand, which they had, luckily. There was 2 or 3 of them total. But I went, got a cup of tea, a cup of unsweet tea, and then I went to one of the 50 lemonade stands I saw. I was like, good Christ. How many lemonade stands are required for a fair?
Yes.
50
at least 15.
Yeah, well, there's 50, so. But here's the crazy thing, right? I go to the tea stand, a decent-sized cup of iced tea, $2.
Right. Sure.
A large, let's be generous, a large lemonade, $6.
But that's with the souvenir cup.
Yeah, I guess.
You get to keep that forever unless you throw it away.
Oh, I finished it and I immediately threw it away.
But you don't want to remember your special day at the fair?
I got enough plastic tacky cups in my fucking apartment.
He's got the diarrhea that he'll keep forever.
Yeah.
It was the diarrhea in our hearts that kept us going.
Yeah. When I turned my toilet bowl into the what do you call it?
Jackson Pollock thing?
Jackson Pollock's brown period.
the island of lost fair foods.
Yeah. So I made a fairly decent Arnold Palmer.
His later work stunk.
Yeah, right. I made a fairly decent Arnold Palmer, and then I started looking for stuff, and
I really feel this one on the inside.
Ugh.
So
I walked along, and like I saw. I know you saw Gyros and you saw barbecue, so that's where you guys went.
Well, yeah.
I started walking along.
Yeah, where'd you go while we were getting our stuff?
So I walked along for a little bit, and I was like, okay, I saw a couple places sold hot dogs, but the first place I walked by was like, hot dogs, or like, it's like $12, hot dog and fries. And then I was like, oh, well, if I just want a hot dog, how much is it? $10. I'm like, fuck off. I was like, hell no.
Okay. just
right.
turn.
So I was like, I'm going to go look for a cheaper hot dog. So I did. And luckily I did find one. There was a stand that was doing all sorts of grilled goods. Like, I mean, they had a big-ass fucking smoker, too.
Hell yes.
So, like, they had Italian sausage, burgers, hot dogs. I think it was like $4 a hot dog. Not the cheapest hot dog of the night, but it was decent for the price I paid.
Sure.
Right. So I was happy about it.
It's a whole $6 less than what you would have paid at the other place.
Exactly. I mean, again, there was like 5 or 6 stands. I think the cheapest hot dog I saw tonight was like $2.
Yeah.
And fine, that's great. But again, it's also $2 a hot dog. I'm like, I don't really want to welcome diarrhea.
Come in, diarrhea. Come in.
Diarrhea can knock at the door, but it can't come into the party. It can drop off the pizza, but it can't come in and have a beverage and stay.
Well, speaking of pizza, so while I was looking for it, I figured, I'll get a slice, I'll get a hot dog.
In this instance, by the way, I'm not trying to cut you off. Is diarrhea considered like a vampire? Like, if you welcome it, it'll come?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
There should have been garlic on everything, then.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, cool.
So, I went to like Lions. It's sort of like the Moose Lodge group.
Yeah.
In one of the smaller towns in or around Frederick.
It's like a clubhouse kind of thing.
Yeah. So I went to theirs because they were like, "Oh, we're supporting local high schools." I was like, "All right, well, I can give a couple bucks."
Sure.
So I was like, "Okay, I'll buy some pizza." Now they were like, "Oh, well, we just put some pizzas in. It's gonna be like 5-10 minutes. Can you wait?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I can wait." So I paid for my food. I was like, "I'll be back in like however many minutes." So I walk over. I get my hot dogs while I'm waiting. I walk back over, they hand me my pizza, and I won't lie, their pizza was grocery store pizza. Like,
oh,
I was like, you know what, that's fine, because again, they were operating out of a truck, and not even like a fucking well-prepared truck.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna, you know what, it's for a good cause, they're supporting the kids, so the least I can do, right?
Sure.
So then I was walking, so I ate my pizza, and I was like, I remember Sean was helping me, like I was holding a hot dog in one hand, one of my pieces of pizza, and he grabs another one, and then he's like, "Oh, here, I'll hold your lemonade too." And as he starts to walk away, I'm like, "No, come back," and then I grab the red pepper flakes and I just douse both slices in red pepper flake because I'm like, I gotta get some fucking flavor.
Somebody walks by and you're just sitting there like, I'm helping you with your 2 pizzas, and you have 2 hot dogs on the side there. You haven't dove into anything yet.
I haven't started
I bet
yet.
Somebody's walking by and looking at a condom like, well, I bet he has a thyroid problem.
Did he say that? Really?
No.
He's hoping that someone had walked by and said that.
I bet
Because it would have been an apt opportunity to do that. Right.
No one thought that.
Yeah, no. So, I ate the pizza. It was all right. I mean, again, it was grocery store pizza. I wasn't expecting much. I mean, like I said, I doused it in red pepper flake just because I wanted some flavor.
Well, yeah.
So, I ate that. Sean and I were walking around a little bit more, and as we're walking along, we see a stand called Spaghetti Eddies. And I was like, okay, well, obviously we're fucking going there.
And I'm just like,
yeah, I'm gonna go get you were like, I'm gonna get a slice of Spaghetti Eddies. So we'll come back to that for you.
Pizza de pasta.
Now, I went to Spaghetti Eddies, and they weren't joking. They were serving spaghetti and meatballs, baked ziti, lasagna. Like, they had a bunch of
pizza on a stick.
Yeah, pizza on a stick.
Pizza on a stick.
It's basically just like a calzone with a stick jammed through it.
Ah, well.
Not a bad concept. I mean, obviously a little thicker. Just
With some sauce on the side.
With
you
sauce.
get.
Well, when I hear pizza on a stick, I don't expect calzone on a stick. I mean, I'm expecting a fucking New York slice skewered like a fucking kebab.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like ribbon through.
Yeah. So we went to Spaghetti Eddie's. Sean got his stuff. I got a slight. As I'm looking, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get some Big Ziti or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what harm could there be in Big Ziti from a fair truck? But then the guy was like, I was like, hey, what do you suggest? Because I'm thinking like Big Ziti, but if you got, he's like, well, we got if you're into fair food, we've got this pizza right here. It's a pickle pizza. I'm like, say no more. Shut your mouth. Give me a slice of that, please and thank you. No, but he described it. He's like, it's basically a white pizza. It's an olive oil garlic base, cheese, and slices of pickle.
Any aioli on there or anything like that?
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good. It was definitely garlic forward in the sauce, but I was like, I did not mind.
Garlic and pickle were like...
Now, what kind of pickle was it? Was it like dill?
It was
a thinly sliced
dill.
Dill.
Okay, that would go really well with like an aioli and garlic.
Yeah,
like
it was
garlic forward with a dill. Yeah, that
really good. The good news is it did go well together.
Nice.
It was very good. I would say probably if I had to pick of the items that I personally purchased, I would say pickle pizza was the highlight of my night.
Pickle pizza.
Pickle pizza, I think, honestly, as much as I liked my Arnold Palmer, I think I probably would have been better off just sticking with the unsweet tea.
Colin picked a pickle pizza.
I picked the pickle pizza. It was so good. Like, I told Sean, like, after I finished it, I was like, fuck, I'd demolish a whole pot of that myself. And I wouldn't feel guilty about it at all. Nice. All right, so Sean, speaking of, because you also went to Spaghetti A's, but what...
Well, so before, I saw, because I missed the Greek festival this year.
For those of you who didn't listen to our last episode, Sean loves Greek food, especially gyros.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got one of those.
Yep.
It was
the same guys.
Same guys. It was fucking delicious as always.
Got to make up for that.
Make up for that, so that was nice. I had a little bit of Brian's barbecue brisket. That was really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was walking down and I saw chicken on a stick, and it was just a piece of chicken on a stick.
Was it like chicken teriyaki? Because
it was chicken teriyaki.
Because there was at the lemonade stand that I bought my lemonade from.
The stand looked incredibly sketch. I'm like, this must be delicious.
Yeah, I mean that's usually the case.
Well, that's usually the case, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
And like the chicken tasted like it was like freeze dried or like it just didn't taste good.
There was legit another place, the place where I bought my lemonade from to make my Arnold
They
Palmer.
they asked me if I wanted rice. I was like, nah, just the chicken. Just give me the chicken.
All right, so
I had the chicken, and then after that, because Colin, I was helping Colin with the truck full of food he was getting.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, well, I'm seeing these pizzas that he's having, and then we looked over at Spaghetti Eddie's, so I grabbed a slice of pep there. Really good pizza. Yeah, good, really good crust. It was probably one of the best crusts I've tasted at a fair. Sauce, the sauce needs more work.
Yeah,
you know
the
what?
Sauce and a better cheese, and like if they charge $1 more, that'd be perfect.
Yep.
Cool.
But other than that, my favorite thing I had was actually something Brian brought to the table,
which we'll get to in a second.
That was my.
But of the stuff you personally bought, what would you say was your favorite?
I would say. No, I'd say the pizza.
Because I was going to say we know what our overall favorite.
Well, my overall favorite is in terms of savory foods. Obviously, my favorite's going to be the gyro. But if I'm judging by foods I only can get at the fair, that's going to have to be the pizza from Spaghetti Eddie's.
Okay,
fair enough.
All right, so Brian,
yes,
enlighten us. What did you get, my love?
So, well, thank you, my dearest. So I. No, I don't know.
I don't know. We're on a food high right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I made us walk around the entire fair.
We needed it. We needed it. We so needed it.
So Colin was gonna go get pizza, and Sean was gonna go get gyros, and I don't know about you, but like I smell the siren smell of a barbecue stand.
Yeah, I remember you saw that sign for ribs and you were like, ribs? Hell yes.
I know where I'm going. Y'all have fun. Because, like, I remember growing up and, like, I was even telling y'all, too, is, like, I used to go to the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo and they would have this, like, miles long freaking, like, smoke area where they would just smoke meats. And it kind of reminded me of that. And I was like, that's where I need to go. That's where my soul wants me to go right now. And I got a shredded brisket barbecue sandwich that I shared with Sean a little bit. And it had like spicy barbecue sauce on it. It was not spicy. There was nothing spicy about it. But that meat was so fucking like juicy and tender.
It did look like, I remember you were trying to feed me something. I was like, look, I gotta like worry about like making enough room for my own shit. But I was like, that meat looked like it was like literally falling apart.
It was like oozing with the juices.
Oh, it was
so good.
If I wasn't worried about like finishing my own shit, I would have gladly had a good bite of it. Yeah, Sean's got I'm gonna put this video up. Sean's got a nice video of
smell it.
The ribs.
Oh my god, yes.
He's taking.
I want a smoker so fucking bad. So then I met up with y'all and we were walking around and taking in the sights and the smells and the hilarious bull crap. Like we saw the condiment pig udder,
my god,
the cow udder thing.
The cow udders that have the condiments, so you're just like squirting on your fucking.
You're literally
food.
Squirting barbecue out of a cow nipple.
It's fucking.
I was like, oh.
I was like, somebody knew what they were fucking doing.
Yeah.
They knew who they were. Like, they knew who they were.
And like I literally was channeling my buddy John. Our buddy John, by just being like, I want to be a farmer, Daddy. I want to be a farmer. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Because I'm just imagining, like, he would have run over there and done some Tom Green shit.
I know he would have. I mean, not that I would.
And it would have been fucking hilarious. But we split up, and I went to go get some foods, some extra foods, and I actually met my $25 limit, believe it or not.
Really?
Really?
I mean, to be fair, I think we all exceeded our limit within the first 25 minutes.
Well, fair enough. I'm just saying.
Which is fine.
But the next thing I did was I went to this stand, and they had, like, deep fried everything. And so I was bad, and I got a corn dog. I got a deep fried Twinkie and some deep fried Oreos. And I brought them over, and I was like...
Yeah, we, like, saw him randomly walk up, and we were like, what did you get? Oh, my God.
Well, because, like, we're at a fair, and we need to try the fair food stuff.
No, you got me.
Because, I don't know about you, I've heard about deep fried Oreos and deep fried Twinkies. I've never actually had them.
See, here's the thing. If you had told me, like, 10 years ago, I would have been like, deep fried Oreos? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nigh the craziest thing I'll hear about at a fair. But then I've heard of things like deep fried Dr. Pepper, deep fried Coke, deep fried butter. And I was just like...
It's hard to smell that stuff, by the way.
Who eats these things?
But,
I genuinely was like, do they have to freeze the block of butter before they put it in and deep fry it?
I think so. And they have
to, because otherwise it'd just be a ball of liquid hot magma.
I don't know, because, like, then it's frozen, and then it's got, like, water on it, and it's basically hitting that hot oil. And so you got to be careful with that, because you don't want to boil over. But anyways... it's kind of why you have to have your, like, if you ever deep fry your turkey, you have to make sure that shit is dry as fuck.
Yep,
anyways.
Well, you want a little Christmas to it.
Yes. You also don't want to set your porch on fire.
Also true.
So, I brought over the Twinkies and Oreos and a corn dog, and you gave me a hot dog.
Yeah, because my eyes were way too big for my stomach. I was like, I'm going to eat 2 hot dogs. I was like, no, I'm not. And so I gave one to you, and I saw
that you went to the udder, which was really nice.
Yep.
I'm glad you got up and close with that thing.
Yo, I got all of it.
Oh yeah, girl. Let's squirt out that udder.
Yeah.
Give me some ketchup and mustard.
So gross.
But yeah, that deep fried Oreo.
Right? The deep fried Oreo. Can we talk about the deep fried Oreo real fast?
Let's talk about the deep fried Oreo.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would say I think we're all in agreement. I think the best food of the night was the deep fried Oreo.
It was the deep fried Oreo.
Which is weird.
I remember just seeing your face as soon as you had it. You're like,
because like
it's just,
there's that part of me.
It hits your soul.
There's a part of me in my life that I thought at my age, being like in my late 30s, almost 40, I figured at this point in my life I'd be past that. Oh my god, deep fried sweets, that sounds delicious. I'm like, I think my adult palate would have grown out of that. I like took one bite of this thing and I was like, oh shit. Well,
It's so good.
I guess I'm still a child. But here's the thing. If you like, obviously it was good because it was sweet, it was savory, because again, it wasn't like sweet breading. It was almost...
The funnel cake stuff.
Honestly, I was leaning more towards
pancake?
I was thinking more like a hush puppy, like a sweet hush puppy. You know what I mean? Like the batter was a little thicker than say funnel cake, but what threw me and what I actually remembered enjoying more than anything was like most people when you deep fry something and you heat it up, it like liquefies, but the Oreo was still solid to a point. So it wasn't like crisp, but it was still sort of crumbly.
Well, it was funny because like when I had mine, I didn't really have the crumble, so I don't know if like that was just a difference in like
Maybe that one just cooked a little longer.
it probably did because like mine, it was almost like the cookie was like melted and it was almost like a chocolate syrup at that point.
I think yours might have cooked longer because mine still had some solidity to it, which
I had no idea.
I liked.
I had no idea that could happen to an Oreo cookie.
That it could liquefy?
They could liquefy like that, but it was really good.
Well, to be fair, it probably wasn't. It was basically the oil that penetrated the batter,
Yeah.
soaked into the cookie, and basically when it heated, it's like, bleh.
Which it was good.
It was so good. I would say like
I'm afraid to check my blood sugar, but it was good.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah, don't bother.
I'm genuinely
Between
like
that and the root beer, the root beer.
Oh,
and
metformin.
that
did your
root.
job
I
tonight.
shouldn't have had that root beer float. Oh my god.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about so
So I also
deep
had
fried Oreos, the best of the night.
I also had a deep fried Twinkie.
So okay, that's what I was gonna get to. Like, all right, so the deep fried Oreo was so good, and then we each had some of the deep fried Twinkie, and I was like, coming off the deep fried Oreo, I honestly wish we'd gone deep fried Twinkie first, then deep fried Oreo, because the deep fried Twinkie was a fucking disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was literally, I tasted nothing but the fucking batter.
Yeah.
The outside batter.
The batter and a little bit of the cream.
Honestly, I barely got like any taste of the cream. It was just straight batter for me. There was cream still in it, but I couldn't taste it over the batter.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, all right, well, this is okay.
The deep fried Oreo is just perfect.
Yeah, I know, and that's a sentence I never thought I'd hear myself say. But
Just perfect.
There we are. But let's also, can we talk about the drinks at the fair? Because holy shit. I mean, like, I know I mentioned earlier about the lemonade, like the multitude of lemonade stands. Is it just like lemonade is the only drink you can buy at a fucking fair?
Probably not, but it's probably one of the most popular ones.
There's also beer and liquor, as we soon found out.
We got there, like, at the end of the night. That was the thing. We ended at the beer and wine tent.
Yeah.
Which was a good call, really. Because we were so full of food, we were like, we need something to soak. We need something to seep into this stuff. So, what was it? So, I had iced tea, I had lemonade. There was Slurpees, pina coladas, like a bunch of other stands. I just don't remember seeing anything that I was like, wow. Oh, yeah, we had the root beer stand.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because I remember we walked up and it was like, oh, you can get like a medium for $2 or a large for $4 or whatever. And I remember they had like, you can get a little drink for like 50 cents. I was like, all right, give me 2 of those. I have $1.
Yeah.
And then Brian and I drank that. And as we were drinking it, we were like, this is like an independent root beer stand. But like as soon as Brian and I drank it, Brian was like, this tastes like Barks. I'm like, this tastes like A&W. I don't know what you're talking about. And it was just like, as we kept drinking it, it's like not the consistency, but the flavor profile kept changing.
Yeah, it did. It was weird because again, like it had that
weird.
For me, it had that bark bite at the very beginning, and then it turned into more of like a mug / A&W.
See, I had smooth A&W the
I
whole
was
time.
wondering if it had something to do with like the way they topped off the root beer.
It's entirely possible
Because like it had that kind of like that birch beer kind of like bite to it a little bit. Like, whatever it is that makes root beer, and that's kind of what was at the top of it. So when I had that swig, I was like, oh shit, this is Barks. And then I had a second swig, and I was like, no, it's not. It was weird.
See, that's the thing. I didn't get... Because butter has a very sharp bite as soon as you drink into it.
And that's what I had. I had that.
I didn't have that. That's
I
what
had exactly that at the beginning.
I didn't have that. That was sad.
So
I remember, like as we were walking around, I was like, God, I hope we have water back at your apartment when we start recording.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I handed
I'm
you.
gonna fucking need
when we
it.
got
Yeah.
here.
No, yeah, I'm gonna quaff this in about 5 minutes. Ugh. Like, I genuinely am concerned about my blood sugar level at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, it was worth it.
I'm gonna take some vitamins after this, so at least something good's gonna be pushed through.
tell me something good.
Okay, so, but fair food, it's always hit and miss. Because, you always get, like, the basics. Your hot dogs, your burgers, your chicken fingers. I mean, like you said, we got gyros. Got, like, at least 2 or 3 barbecue stands. Like, it wasn't just, like, the one lone stand.
I like that root beer stand.
Oh, I loved it.
It was so freaking old school.
Yeah.
And, like
they had the permits from,
they
like,
had the
old
same
fairs.
couple running it from when I was a kid and probably before that.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like they were. I commented on this. They looked like they were wearing like I don't know, like fast food restaurant, like
the old 50s.
more like the 70s, like
It definitely had a very soda jerk vibe to it.
like the striped shirts with the vest, and all they were missing was like the wiener hats.
Yeah, right.
And it was like, oh my god, like it looked like Eric Foreman's uniform from that 70s show.
I
I think
definitely
the older
enjoyed
guy
it.
was the owner that he gave me his. I was like,
I love the barrels.
all the barrels were cool.
Barrels.
It was good vibes. Good vibes all around.
You know what would be cool? Donkey Kong branded root beer because of the barrels. That'd be cool.
I drink Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong root beer.
Donkey Kong root beer.
Yeah.
DKRB.
DKRB. Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
DK
Okay.
root beer.
What would you say was your biggest disappointment fair food wise?
The chicken on the stick.
I still can't believe, like, I figured, you hear chicken on a stick, I figure only one place would do that. The lemonade stand I went to for my lemonade had fried chicken on a stick. And I, took one look at that. I was like, that is fucking food poisoning.
On a stick.
On a stick. And I was like, I'm not gonna have it.
Honesty.
On a stick.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Honesty.
Yeah, I would say my biggest disappointment, as much as as good as they were for supporting the kids, the Lions pizza was fucking terrible. But again, it's grocery store pizza. What are you gonna do?
I mean, it's not made with love. That was the biggest problem.
That's fair.
That's the thing. Is it bad? No. Was it worth the $6.50 I paid for it? No. No, because I'm pretty sure I could have bought the whole pizza for $6.
Probably. No one.
Hem's Meats was there.
I know. I'm now as soon as we walked by there on the way out, I was like, I fucking should have eaten here. I should have walked further down and been like, okay, this is where I'm going.
They're my neighbors. I can get.
I know you can get them anytime. but I don't live here.
But they're open 7 to 2.
Well, that just means you got to get up early if you want to get some of that sweet meat.
I do like their short rib. It's really good priced. I got an entire 2 pounds for $14.
Ooh, nice.
But it was so good. It was it was all dark red. It was when marble and had the marble and the big chunks of fat on there.
Well, and the thing is, I felt bad because there was Hemp's. There was a lot of family-owned stands that I feel like I should have given my business to, and I'm a little bit bummed that I couldn't wait, because that was my thing. I wanted to get my food. I wanted to eat because I was like, oh.
That's why I got my gyro first and then went down.
See, that was the thing. I blew my load too early.
Yeah, you gotta take your time and make sure you see all the options and then go.
I mean, I haven't blown that load yet. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of which,
what are your favorite fair foods? Leave a comment or tweet at us and tell us, and maybe we'll try them the next time that there's a fair in town that they might have it.
or if you want us to make it at home, we'll go ahead and do that. Just
sure, why not? God knows we need material. Tell me something, girl.
Send all your angry emails to bgmpodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, well... Good news, I'll have plenty of hate mail to look at. How dare you just a deep fried Twinkie, you fucking pleb.
No. If you have any questions or concerns, send them to bgnemails@gmail.com. And if you have any hate mail or anything angry, please send that to infowars@gmail.com. And
That's the thing.
we'll be more than happy to answer those live on air.
Jesus. Oh.
Well, I think that's a wrap.
You know what? I think the only other thing I was bummed about when it came to the fair food was that I was hoping for, like, a little bit more variety.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because, like, there was, like, the one chicken teriyaki truck, sure, right? But, like, endless burger, pizza, hot dog stands, cotton candy, all that.
French fries.
One Mexican truck in the entire place.
Yeah, I saw...
One Mexican truck. There was a gelato truck. But it was, like, hidden.
Gelato.
It was, like, hidden over
There's a gelato truck?
Yeah, it was, like, hidden over by the beer truck. So it was, like, we wouldn't have even seen it had
There's a beer truck?
No, over the beer tent where we walked in.
The root beer tent.
No, the beer tent where we walked in.
Oh, that building. Yes.
Yeah, the pavilion. It was, like, right next to it. It was, like, but it was, like, behind another place. So it was, like, out of the way. You wouldn't have seen it unless you were walking over there.
Huh.
Right. And I was like, well, fuck, I would have gotten gelato. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but then I wouldn't have eaten the fucking deep fried Oreos, so I guess it all worked out.
There you go.
It was a good day to go, too, on a Monday.
Yeah. Because that was the thing. It was busy, but I guarantee you if we had gone, like...
Friday would be...
Thursday, Friday,
packed.
yeah.
Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we wouldn't have gotten in.
No.
Like, we would have had to have parked at my apartment and then hoofed it 12 blocks. Just to... there would have been no parking available in the city of Frederick.
Nope.
It all would have been taken due to the fair.
Yeah. Someone would have taken your spot. That's how much fucking...
Yeah, nope, that's not a lie. It's not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Good one. That's going to sound great.
Sorry. I wasn't thinking.
Anyway. Well, you've listened to another episode of Two Fat Guys Eat. Jesus Christ, I'm so full, I'm forgetting.
But remember, stop eating. Don't stop eating,
when you're full. Stop eating when you hate yourself.
And after you had fair food.
Yeah.
Two Fat Guys Eat is a Castwave Studios production. For other shows and more,